right, review for Shelby Oaks. This is the Chris Stuckman uh, directorial debut, and he wrote it also. Produced by Mike Flanagan. Um, yeah, this movie. I will say I liked the last act. I think at the end, it's pretty. It's actually not a bad horror movie. That this movie is The Omen mixed with Exorcist, mixed with Blair Witch Project, and those are the three I kept thinking of. They're all better movies than this. It's especially Blair Witch Project. That's like the backbone of the movie, and I just say I thought it was. I didn't hate the movie. I think the first 2/3 of it has a problem of, if you've seen a lot of movies like I have, you just keep thinking of other movies that are better and directed better. Because I mean, we're talking about, Richard Donner, we're talking about William Friedkin, and I don't remember who directed the Blair Witch Project, but that movie's really good. I really like. I like the first one. That movie's very good. And it's kind of hard because you've seen all this before. I can appreciate Chris Stuckman. I used to watch him a lot. To be honest, I just felt like he made a video where he says he doesn't want to criticize, movies. He doesn't want to, make fun of bad movies and all that. And I don't get that attitude, but it's his right. I mean, what do I know? He has like what, 2 million subs or almost, or more. So, but I mean, I will at least give him this. He's making movies. He got this movie made. Mike Flanagan produced it. It's very small budget. On the Wikipedia, it said it was like 1 to 1.4 million. It said it made 6 million. I think it had a very limited release. And then, it's going to make money on digital and streaming and stuff. So, I mean, I think it made money. So, that's cool for him. He seems like a decent guy. I don't know how long he's had this script for, but maybe Mike Flanagan touched it up a little bit. I don't know. But it's okay. If you've seen a lot of horror movies, you've seen it before. There's a demon, there's a baby, there's a woman there, and this woman's trying to get pregnant with her husband. Her sister goes missing. She's looking for her. There's footage that is found. At least the found footage part of the movie, like, somewhat made sense, although doesn't really make sense to me that, when someone's attacking you, you're still filming them, but, whatever. That's part of the, the concession. I think Blair Witch still did it the best. No one's ever done it better than them. And it actually made sense because of what they're doing, because they're out there doing a documentary, and, they want to get the creepy stuff on film. One thing that kind of annoyed me in this movie, though, is like it starts with the documentary film crew is filming the sister, and they keep cutting to like photos, and they like really did that a lot in the first third. They like cut to a photo of her, cut to a photo of the sister, cut to a photo of the house, cut to another photo, cut to a photo of her family. And I guess they're showing the documentary that they're filming throughout the movie. But then after about a third, they just kind of drop that, and then the sister's out searching for her sister. So she's the older sister searching for the younger sister. The direction I thought was a little... It's nothing that special to me. I mean, it's, for the budget, it's not bad. I did like when the credits started, because I mean, I'm just gonna get into spoilers now. It's kind of hard to talk about the movie without that. I did like that sequence. That was pretty good. So I didn't hate the movie. I know some people are. I mean, it is kind of generic, but I didn't hate the movie. But this guy shows up to their house. How can I say this? He deletes himself. Okay, and then right after that, the credits start, and it's like presented by Mike Flanagan, and then it starts doing the credits, and then they cut to the guy. And anyways, if you've seen the movie, I thought that sequence was really good. And then she finds out more because the guy has a tape. She grabs the tape. She doesn't tell the police about it. I felt her reasoning was, it made sense. I mean, because if the police get the tape, they're not going to care because he's not there anymore. So I think she explained that well. She starts looking around. She notices this thing in the background. She figures out it's a demon, and this demon has been tracking her and her sister throughout their life. The husband doesn't believe her. She's angry about that. The guy kind of just leaves, which I get, but like she does have a picture of the demon, like in the footage, and then she prints it out, shows him. The guy just doesn't care, and it's like, I don't know, if you have a picture of it, I'd be like, okay, well that is weird. I don't know. I felt like the guy didn't give her any support at all. I mean, it's your wife, dude. Like, can't you, like, at least, it's her sister that's missing, and she thinks she's alive, I don't know. I just kind of felt like, couldn't you be with her, help her? And then of course she goes, there's this old prison where the guy that was at the door was at for like 5 or 6 years. It's abandoned. I think there was a bad fire. There was also a bad fire. Anyways, just kind of like replaying the movie in my head. But of course, she goes to this abandoned prison in the middle of the night, the creepiest time possible. She goes by herself. I don't think she tells anyone. I think the husband's gone by that point, but you think she'd maybe like text the husband, like, "Hey, I'm going here, just so you know, if I disappear, this is where I was." I don't know. She brings one flashlight. Of course, the flashlight stops working. This is where she finds out where this guy's cell was. And what's the guy's name? I forget his name. The guy who plays like the psycho. I'm not saying it, but anyways, he's this like bald guy, and she's in this prison, and she finds the guy's cell. He has a view of this old amusement park that burnt down, where they used to go as kids, which is all tied into this town that Shelby Oaks is a town that's like basically abandoned. All these weird things start happening once this guy is born, and basically starts killing the town. People are disappearing. She's in this cell. Her light goes out. The demon's in the corner. She runs away. She's almost killed by a dog, but the demon stops the dog, which you later find out the reason why. Keith David's in the movie for like a few minutes. I wonder how much they paid him for like that 5 minutes. He was the ex-warden of the place. She's interviewing him. You could tell he doesn't want to talk about this. He's very shaken. He did not like that guy. He says like he's pure evil. Well, I like the little touch that he's drinking coffee and he pours in some whiskey or something. And yeah, I mean, some of it's just paint by numbers, in my opinion. But the last act, I like the endings. The ending's good. I like the ending. Because yeah, like I said, this is all spoilers. Some movies are easier to talk about without spoilers. This one, it's difficult. Because you end up finding out that long ago the sister saw the demon, and the other sister has, saw it too a lot, but she never told anyone that she saw it also because she thought it was a false memory. And you find out that she's been trying to have a baby with her husband, but she's barren. She can't. The other sister, though, who she ends up finding in this old house, this old disgusting house with all this black mold in it, with this creepy lady. And it's just like, man, this lady's so creepy. And you're gonna go in the house. I mean, she's alone, of course, but at least then she forget, did she text the husband then? I guess she's texting someone. She's like, call the police and track my phone. So, lo and behold, the sister is in the basement. She's locked in the basement. Which you've seen in movies too. She's all chained up. She's locked in the basement. She gets her out. Then they're about to run away, but the sister's like, no. And then they run upstairs, and the old lady is doing, some evil seance or something, with her blood dripping down on the baby, and the demon's behind her. And she has like magical powers. She like throws the sister down. She picks one up, and then she just collapses and dies. And then they go back home, and they go to the hospital, and that's the good twist in the movie, is that the demon only birthed that baby with the sister because the other one's barren, but that's the real one that the demon wants to raise the baby, because then they have the baby in a cradle, and the sister who they found, Riley, then tries to kill the baby. There's a fight between Riley and Mia. The lead is Mia. And then she falls out the window, and then a bunch of dogs come and they kill her. And then basically Mia gets possessed by the demon and will raise, the child. Like, it's like the Omen. And I guess the child will become like the Omen, I guess. So some of the pros, some of the atmosphere is eerie. The lead performance was good. One part I thought was like unbelievable is she has all this blood on her face after this guy does what he does, and she has it on for a while, and she's like watching the tape and she has it on, and she's like crying, and the blood's like dripping down her face. And I get why they kept it, because it's a good shot, but is that believable? Wouldn't you want to take a shower or you have a bunch of blood and human matter all over your hair? I don't know. So she's good. I didn't really find it that scary. I mean, some of the stuff with the demons kind of creepy. Cons. The plot is derivative. Exposition overload. Budget limitation show. Yeah. But overall, I think it looked pretty. It looked decent. It looked all right. Now, I just wonder how much did Mike Flanagan have to do in this? Because apparently there were reshoots, but so I don't know. I mean, it's cool Stuckman got to work with Keith David. That was probably awesome for him. hybrid format, visuals and style shifts. It's the hybrid format. It's ambitious but jarring, props for innovation, but it deflates tension mid-film. Low budget shine through, some CGI feels cheap. Yeah, I mean the demons like CGI, but it's all in the dark, it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, and there's of course foggy, creepy woods, there's creepy dogs. There's an old abandoned amusement park that's very creepy and was burnt down. So, but yeah, I didn't hate the movie. The first 2/3 are, I felt, very derivative and generic, but I think the last third it picks up a bit, and I think it at least ends pretty strongly. So, you know, it's a solid debut for Stuckman. I've seen way worse movies, so I'll give him that. You know, this isn't those like the Popeye movies, and all of those are just so bad. This at least, you know, you could watch and, you know, somewhat enjoy. I don't know. I'm not sure what I give it. Like 6 to 6.5 out of 10, probably. But like I said, if you've seen it, if you've seen a lot of horror movies, you kind of know where this is going. I didn't quite guess the very end of the movie where the other sister is the chosen mother, basically, instead of the one that she's finding, or you know, that's been missing. So, but yeah. So, anyways, like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button if you can, and yeah. I don't know, check it out. I didn't think it was absolutely terrible. I know some people are saying it's really, really bad. I didn't think it was that bad. But that's just my opinion. So anyways, see you next time.